Hello, students. Whoops, is that microphone down here? Hello, students. Welcome to History 100 Perspectives in History for Southern New Hampshire University. It's Sunday evening, the night before class. I just wanted to take a couple minutes to say, hi, how you doing? I don't usually record a lot of audio, video stuff for my classes, but I decided since I'm doing it for my community college, I'd just take a quick minute when I was doing their instructions to say hi to you guys. I've got two screens set up here. So I've got our instructions over here for next week. I'm just going to do a quick rundown and go over some basic class rules with you. First of all, I just want you to feel comfortable in class and enjoy it. This class is exciting in many ways because the information, you don't have a bunch of textbooks, you got some nice video instructions, you got some little light reading to do. It's not really that in depth. You do have to learn how to do some research, and that's one of the nice things about the class. As we know, it's an election year, and we see both the Democrats and the Republicans and the oddball Libertarians, Green Party, whatever other group wants to run. Unfortunately, we're in a two-party system, and it's a winner-take-all. That's the way it ended up. Why? Well, if you study the Constitution, which is a topic that you have, you might find some of that out, and I really recommend a lot of you look at that, because that's the area that I specialized in when I went through school. I focused a lot of my time on American Revolution history and all the way through the Constitution, early Republic stuff. And teaching-wise at community college, I teach American history to 1865 a lot. So, and that's a class that a lot of students enjoy. So, with that in mind, you're going to learn how to do research, and that's important. Like I said, it is an election year. You're going to hear a lot of things said by everyone. I'm not going to specify any individual or any individual party, but there are a lot of things that get said that may or may not be true that are out there. Don't take anything at face value. You need to do your own fact-finding missions. The news agencies exist, or media, if you wish to call it that, to make money. They're not in it for altruistic reasons. They're in it to make money. So the goal is that they will find the audience that wish to listen to what they have to say, and that audience will buy products and stuff that are advertised. And if they have an audience, they will do the utmost they can to keep that audience. That's what they're going for. And that's what they have done. And if you think it's just something modern, it is incorrect. If you go all the way back to American Revolution, you will find the same thing in the American Revolutionary newspapers. I've read them. That's exactly what they were there for. They were some for the British, some for the Americans, and some were trying not to do anything. So it's not a new thing that we have going on. We just happen to do it better and faster with the internet communications and stuff. So with that in mind, again, the objective here, one of the objectives is to get you to do research. Why is it important? Well, I have a dog crawling up on me, in case you guys, this is my dog, Cash. Say hi, Cash. Hi, guys. I have two dogs. If you'll see the other one over here, that's Lizzie. She runs my life. There's also my neighbor dog. He's over here hanging out with us too. So, as you can see, my office is not that great, but it works for me from working from home. So one of the things, again, talking about one of the objectives of class is doing research. We want you to be able to do research. You will have to do it in your other classes. It doesn't matter what you're doing research. And so you are looking up information, and you're taking that information from multiple sources, and you're building an interpretation. Okay, I'm going to cover all this in the announcements. I'm going to have 3 announcements a week in there for you. So if you have any questions, get hold of me through the email system and stuff. And if you have to talk to me, we can do Skype or Zoom. I'm not too worried about it. The instructions are pretty well laid out. I've gotten compliments from many of my other supervisors who are actually surprised that they've actually been borrowing some of them. I try to put videos in them. Hopefully you appreciate the old videos. I'm sorry, you can see the gray hair. I'm a little older than most people. So that's what we're trying to do with the research angles. Another thing I like about it is that many people come in, they don't know history. And I'm going to give you my personal example. I didn't go back to college until, I had a 26-year break between classes, just a small break. And I spent 20 years in the Army. I raised a family. I did all that wonderful stuff. And I found I didn't know as much as I thought I knew. I had to do a lot of opinion changing. And the reason I changed a lot of opinions is not because of what my teachers told me, but because what the people of the past had to tell me. Mr. John Adams, Mr. Alexander Hamilton, Mr. George Washington, some guy named Jefferson, may have heard of him, third president of the United States and all that. They had a lot of things to tell me. Not only them, but the people that lived in that time period as to why they did what they did. And not only that, I studied the cause of the American Civil War. I read what everybody had to say about that. And there were a lot of people taking a lot of time to tell us exactly why they were choosing to succeed and start a war. And it sure as heck was not about states' rights, unless that state right involved slavery only. So they were pretty eloquent about that. That's the advantage of reading primary sources, because all of a sudden when you do that, you're not getting somebody else's opinion, you're getting the person who had something to say at the time period you are studying. And there's multiple perspectives, and we're going to cover that in class and stuff like that. So, you know, I don't want to go too much in depth with this video. I wanted to kind of keep it short, just keep it as a welcome to class. I may try to do some extra videos and walk us through some of the stuff through class as I go along. I'm getting really comfortable with the Zoom thing, as you can tell. And my dogs love to be on TV every once in a while. So we'll just do that. Anyway, go through the instructions. One thing I do want to clear, there's two things in this post that you have tomorrow morning. Your discussion posts are due Thursday. The initial post that you write is due Thursday every time we have one. We don't have one every week, but in week one, we have one. It is due Thursday. The responses are due by Sunday. If you turn it in Friday evening, then it's a day late. If you turn it in Saturday evening, it's 2 days late. If you turn it in on Sunday, wait till the last minute thing, you don't get points for the initial post. You get docked for lateness on it. I have to follow the Southern New Hampshire rules, and that is one of the rules. Right now, though, we are in the middle of COVID-19. So I know a lot of states are opening. I know everybody may have opinions. I'm not going to get into the parts of that. We all have opinions. They're not going to get into that. I don't know exactly what the late dates are going to be. Normally the late dates are 1 week. Last semester they extended it to 2. I don't know if they kept it at 2 yet or not. I will know later this week. We all had a week off break, and that doesn't happen very often for the school. So, but anyway, we'll be fine. I want you to focus on learning and get stuff turned in. If you have a problem, if you need to talk to me, if you have a question, ask. If it's personal, use email. If it's a question about the class in general, we have the general discussions forum there. Use that, because everybody can learn from that question that you have. A lot of times I found where somebody will ask me a question and I'm like, oh, okay, let's put this in general discussion forum. And next thing I know, I've got a conversation going about this question, which is fine. That's what we're here for. I'm here to answer your questions. I take an active role in the class. I try to communicate with everybody. I try to give you individualized feedback so that you are getting something tangible out of this. And I will give you one last lesson before I do sign off with this one here. You get back more than what you put in. If you put nothing in, you will get nothing back. If you put effort into the class, then you will learn. That is one of the things we do with critical thinking skills. You must put effort in. Dog's trying to get behind me now. You have to put effort into what you do. And that's that way for pretty much any class that you have. If you don't want to put any effort into your education, then you'll get nothing back. And there's nothing I can do about that. It's the way it works. It's worked that way since Plato and Socrates and Aristotle were teaching people. And that's going back a few years. So that's what you have to do. There will also be a post on Tuesday, and that deals with plagiarism. I take it seriously. You need to be putting things through in Microsoft Word or in a PDF. If it cannot be graded by Turnitin, I'm not grading it. It has to go through Turnitin. Pages documents will not go through Turnitin, and I cannot open them. You must do it one of the other ways. Office 365 is available to every student at Southern New Hampshire University free of charge. You can use that. So that pretty much covers all the stuff there is to it. What else was there? Well, that's it. So unless you have a question, if you have questions, again, general questions forum, email me. We can go from there. But I will speak to you all in the forums. I'll try to answer everybody this what I can through the week. Again, initial post is due on Thursday, and we'll go from there. One last thing, I try to grade fairly swiftly, although there's a lot of grading in the very first week, so generally it spaces out over 2 or 3 days. As you can see, Pathfinder, that's one of my big things. I'm a venture lieutenant for the Pathfinder organized play. So I do a lot of Pathfinder work. We got a big convention coming up, so I'll be involved with that. But at the same time, I'll have this to do. I don't know if I'm teaching a summer class yet or not for my community college. Things have been changed around a little bit. If I do, I'll be doing it through Zoom anyway. So other than that, that's all I have for you. As you can tell by my shirt, I'm not, I took the must-have collar and button-down shirt liberally. So that's how I do these things. So I just want you to enjoy the semester. There's a lot of learning to do. You don't have to get worked up about it or anything like that. I'm not a super harsh grader, but I just want you to put some effort into the class and enjoy it, because this class is a really fun class if you just give it a chance. And I constantly am receiving information back from students that have taken the class. I've actually had a few students change their majors so they can go teach history, not because of me, but because they were so interested in what we're doing and things. And some are going to become teachers anyway, and they're going to minor in history so they can go into, social studies, so they can go and teach history and social studies classes in K through 12. And who knows, maybe they'll go on and get a grad degree, bachelor's degree, master's degree, and then a PhD, and go on and teach at the college level. When I went through my grad school, we really didn't have that many that went on to become teachers. I was one of maybe 1 out of 100 that went on to teach at this level. So there you go. But anyway, I want you to enjoy the class. I want you to have fun. I wanted to do a video so you can see what I've got here. And yes, I'm rambling on and on. I do that all the time. There you go. Again, if you have any questions and stuff like that, we'll go over the stuff. Your instructions for the week are going to be available to you at midnight tonight, depending on what time is when you're in. And we'll just go from there. All right. Have fun and have a good time. And again, remember, relax, take it easy. Just read the stuff. Just do it. It'll be fine. And if you make a mistake, don't worry. How do you think you learn how to walk? You fell down a lot. We're not going to fall down that much in this class. All right. Have a good one. Bye-bye.